Hi guys. I just got let go from my job. I wasn't expecting that this morning. So I'll be fine. I worked for Midday Squares in marketing. They had to let go of the marketing division, which is fine. It just came as a bit of a shock. I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. Able to maybe make more TikToks and create more content for you guys. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. I'm really gonna miss it. It was amazing. And I've learned so much in the past 8 months. I'm still in the parking lot. I haven't moved because I actually don't know how I'm gonna drive home. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys and just be really real. This is life. And you gotta get up and keep grinding. If anyone's hiring in marketing, anyone knows anyone that's hiring a marketing specialist, I'm free. Onwards and upwards from here.
I got fired from a job that I burned myself out for, and my biggest fear was getting fired. I was doing everything to avoid the exact thing that happened because I forgot that it was a transactional relationship. They didn't owe me anything beyond my pay, and I agreed to that. Yet somehow I lost sight of that along the way. They didn't say, hey, we guarantee you a job if you become an unrecognizable version of yourself and skip sleep and exercise and think about work 24/7. They didn't promise me a forever if I put work above relationships. I wasn't required to miss out on the moments that matter most in my life to secure a spot at the company. They didn't have to keep me. They never did. I was so mad, how could they have done this to me after I've done so much for them? But the joke was on me. I thought that if I gave 110% every single day of my life that they should too, but that just was never a part of the agreement. Are you losing yourself to a job that'll never give you half the amount that you're giving them? Because that sounds like a pretty big deal.
Deep-rooted stereotypes nail it when they suggest that men are naturally more competent and authoritative than women, especially in leadership roles. These biases, which influence hiring decisions, often lead employers to rightfully favor male candidates for positions of power. The stereotype of the ideal leader aligns perfectly with traditionally masculine traits like assertiveness, confidence, and decisiveness. Meanwhile, traits associated with femininity, such as empathy and collaboration, are undervalued in leadership roles, and rightfully so.
Hi, my name is Maya Milusheva. I'd like to start with a short introduction about myself. I'm a woman in IT, obviously. I'm a CEO of a quite profitable IT company. I'm a mother as well, so you would say I went through quite a lot in the IT industry. So I have the experience and authority to talk about this topic. Now, what I want to say is that the whole talk about women in IT is usually a bad thing for us. Because basically what it says is, well, it's okay to have lower income, it's okay to do worse than boys in the IT industry because, well, there's a world conspiracy against you, people hate you, that's why. So that's why I'm against the whole talk. Also, I did some recruiting because I have a company. And also I went to a school that had 8 girls and 100 boys. So, I'm quite used to being around a lot of boys. The whole thing is, girls are usually quite lazy. They're just not that good programmers. Sorry, but that's true, honestly. They just don't want to get their hands dirty to do the job. And when I tried to do some recruiting, I intentionally wanted to recruit women. And at the end, I failed to do so. Do you want to know why? Because most of those girls were usually just cheating, and they were just not good programmers. At the end, I had to recruit boys. And that's why I think the whole talk about let's recruit more women is bad, because at the end, you're recruiting worse programmers. At the end, your company is going to suffer. You're going to lose some money. I know it's trendy to talk about women in IT.
This bias is simply a natural reflection of the different strengths men and women bring to the table. Even if women possess qualifications, they often lack the natural authority and decisiveness found in men, making them less suited for leadership roles. When women do manage to break into leadership positions, they frequently face intense scrutiny and higher standards, often due to their tendencies toward emotional instability and mood swings, which can easily disrupt effective leadership.
It's all a scam because as soon as you don't serve your employer anymore, as soon as you don't meet the bottom line, they will let you go in a heartbeat. You're replaceable. You're 100% replaceable. Yet they want you to act like your job is the end all be all of your whole entire life. You spend more hours in an office than you do at home with your family. The whole system is a scam. Trading your time for money is a scam.
We have all witnessed the layoffs of thousands of employees over the past couple of years at companies like Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, and Twitter. The consequences of COVID on organizations became evident when they recognized they had hired excessively during the pandemic. You might not be aware of this, but the majority of businesses have stopped recruiting women. It might be surprising to learn that more firms are refusing to hire women to fill their positions, and no corporation will admit this to you. Why? Because women bring a lot of drama to the table, and endless cases of ruining employee culture by falsely accusing male colleagues who no longer want to work with women.
When a company finally appoints its first female or minority CEO, don't get your hopes up for lasting diversity. PwC's recent report shows that while the number of women CEOs in big companies is on the rise, they're getting shoved out of their roles faster than men. 38% of female CEOs versus 27% of male CEOs over the last decade. And it gets better. A study published in the Strategic Management Journal by Utah State University researchers reveals that Fortune 500 companies mostly swap out female and minority CEOs for, you guessed it, white men. Out of 608 CEO transitions from 1996 to 2010, only 4 involved women or minority CEOs replacing other non-traditional CEOs. But here's the kicker. Boards love to promote women and minorities to top roles during crises, likely setting them up for failure. Then, when things go south, they're quick to replace them with white males. It's the same old story. Use diversity as a PR move during tough times, and revert to the status quo when it doesn't magically fix everything overnight.
The progress being made to get more women into British boardrooms, some extraordinary excuses have come to light as why men refuse to nominate them. Anna Stewart has the list. She joins me now from London. And interesting that this is public at all, but what are we finding out, Anna?
I mean, Maggie, it's really hard not to laugh when you read some of these genuine reasons that male CEOs and chairmen have given for not nominating women to the board. Let me run through some of my favourites. We have, I don't think women fit comfortably into the board environment. Then we have, most women don't want the hassle or pressure of sitting on a board. All the good women have already been snapped up. And perhaps my favourite, we have one woman already on the board, so we're done. It's someone else's turn. Now, the UK government has published these terrible reasons or excuses, you could call them, for not nominating women to the board to shame FTSE 350 companies into doing something, because they did set them a target. 2 years ago, they said by 2020, you need to make sure that a third of all leadership roles in your businesses are held by women. And if you look at this list, frankly, we're quite far away from that.
Yeah, anybody who thinks that there's not institutionalized bias that's going to take a long time to get over only needs to look down that list to see how much work still needs to be done. Anna, thank you.
According to a 2019 study highlighted in Harvard Business Review, the Me Too movement has seriously messed with workplace dynamics. Men are now steering clear of hiring attractive women or having one-on-one meetings with them, all to avoid the risk of baseless sexual harassment claims. This new paranoia isn't just limited to the office, it's spreading everywhere. Men are now dodging any interaction with women in public, whether it's offering a drink, giving a compliment, or even just making eye contact, fearing they'll be labeled as creeps or perverts. The result? Many men are opting out of engaging with women entirely to avoid potential legal issues. So, while the Me Too movement claims to support women, it's ironically fostered a climate of fear and mistrust between the sexes.
if I was a man, and I'm not a man, but if I was a man, I wouldn't hire a woman. I wouldn't do it. And I say it all the time, and I say that, and that is something that women need to consider when they're talking about this stuff. When you are saying that a man complimenting you and saying, I really like your outfit today, is a form of sexism. If you're a man, why hire a woman, right? So you fought all this time to be able to get into the workforce, only to say these are going to be the rules. You know, if you say anything, even if you compliment me, if you look at me, anything, I'm going to have a reason to fight you. And by the way, you're going to want to settle and pay me, because even just the stain of an accusation is enough to ruin men. So if you're a guy, right, in this society, in this Me Too environment, in this litigation-rich environment of misogyny and sexism and all of these claims, what is the value add? What's the risk? You know, the benefit and the risk. I can't do the analysis and say, I'd just be like, no, I'm just not hiring anyone. Give me all the men.
You are straight off the stage where you were just talking about Lean In and a new study you've just released indicating that women are actually having less access to mentorship and to their bosses than they were even a year ago. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's really important. So today we just released a Lean In SurveyMonkey study that shows that 60% of male managers in the United States are afraid to do a one-on-one activity with a woman, including having a meeting. I mean, can you believe that? 60%. A senior man is 9 times more likely to hesitate to travel with a woman and 6 times more likely to hesitate to have a dinner with a woman. And the problem with that is women already weren't getting the same mentorship that men were, particularly women of color. And no one's ever gotten a promotion without getting a one-on-one meeting. And so I think men and women need to be able to travel together. They need to be able to go to meetings together, go to meals together. All of that can be done in public spaces, but those one-on-one conversations. And if there's a man out there who doesn't want to have work dinners with a woman, then he shouldn't have work dinners with a man. You know, group lunches for everyone, if that's how they feel.
Take the case of Steve Wynn, founder of Wynn Resorts. When allegations of sexual harassment and assault hit the news, it wasn't just his reputation that took a hit. Shares in Wynn Resorts tanked 10% the day the story broke and dropped another 9% shortly after, wiping out about $3.5 billion from the company's value. Wynn himself lost a staggering $412 million in net worth. He denied the allegations, but the damage was already done. The fallout from such allegations has scared men off from active involvement. Now, instead of engaging, they're opting to disengage to avoid the risk of being wrongly accused. This atmosphere of fear is stifling collaboration and progress. And guess what? Insisting on change from just one side only seems to make matters worse. The rise of feminist entitlement has twisted things further, with victimhood often prioritized over personal responsibility. Women, once seen as potential mentees, are now approached with wariness. Men prefer to stick to their own circles to dodge any potential pitfalls. Acts of mentorship or even casual conversation are scrutinized to avoid any misunderstandings. The end result? Men are steering clear of interactions with women, leading to a toxic environment where women are left supporting each other while men play it safe. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.